Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, December 13th, 2018. I'm Joe Paul. Well, I have a handful of things I want to talk about. No real specific order. Until the end, I want to talk a little bit about some conversions. First of all, the penalty pay exclusionary period will continue up through December 28th. So that means there won't be any penalty pay for another couple weeks, which is good news because you're going to get more overtime if you're interested in that. And actually, if you're not interested in it, you probably still get some. As of December 22nd, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about our conversions upcoming, our local, Central Florida area local, has had 176 conversions. Incredible, large amount. And we're very happy to see people better in their lives, really, to have full-time employment and career employment with the Postal Service. So that's great news. Let's talk about attendance problems. Wow, do we have a lot of attendance problems. We have a lot of letters of warning, suspensions, 7 and 14, and removals. Watch your attendance because they're watching you close. That must be the flavor of the month right now in the district. So another thing, when you're on your 90-day probationary period, you have to be tight. You need to watch your attendance because we have a hard time, whether it be here locally or at the state, national level, we have a very difficult time protecting your jobs during your 90-day probationary period. We're not very successful. No matter how great a case we put on, you still have a 90-day probationary period. So kind of keep a keen eye on that. If you get an II, request a steward. Any discipline, request a steward. We're also looking for more stewards, and that's going to be in the article that I'm going to send out. That'll also be attached to this email that has the video. And we need stewards desperately in both of our big plants, on every tour, in every craft, and of course out in associate offices. So if you're interested, we're going to be taking some names and seeing what people think about it. And what we're going to evaluate some of those things. Then next month or so, we're going to have another class. Maintenance seems to be running fairly smooth in both of the PNDCs and out in the AO. So we're looking at different issues. Management in the Orlando PNDC wanted to move some people out of occupational groups or moving some people in occupational groups to another tour, but we were able to stop that with contractual language, for now anyway. In Seminole, it's been fairly smooth. They had some problems with the PAR and the PER a while back, but right now, the calm before the storm. At least we hope there's no storm. We hope it stays calm. Let's look at VMF. VMF is running smooth. MVS is running pretty smooth. Now VMF, they don't even have people. They're 6 or 8 jobs short, and they have nobody on e-reassign, so we're told. So they're going to have some external hiring here before long. And we want that. We want more people to come into the craft, which you have more people into the union, into our family here, rather than just hiring people straight off the street. So that's what we want to do, but we don't care as long as we get people in our craft. That's what we want. We don't want them to contract out our work. Tonight we have our union meeting, as always, at 7 o'clock. We're going to have pizza and snacks, as always. We also have an NBA, National Business Agent, Jim DeMauro, coming in and do the installation of new officers. We have a few new officers too, and that's going to be at 7 o'clock tonight for your next term. And we're going to continue represent you to the maximum, let nobody go unchecked. We will make sure everything's good. Let me talk a little bit about the conversions. As you know, we had the 4 big cases that we sent up to national, and they were settled. And the result apparently was 22 conversions between the 2 plants. We have 4 conversions out in their associate offices, so we're continuing to move with that. In Seminole, there's 4. They're going to be unencumbered employees. We rather have the people in rather than wait for them to get jobs. We want them converted now. We can worry about the jobs a little bit later. In the Orlando PNDC, they have 18. It's not really so much like 18. It's going to be 18 conversions, but some of them are really trying to make up for a couple retirements and things like that, but they are going to be converted on the 22nd of December, which is a great Christmas gift, really. Let me tell you some questions I've been asked. What about thrift savings? What do I do here and there? Within 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 4, you're going to get a blue book in the mail. Make sure you don't throw it out like junk mail, although I call it job security mail. But don't throw it out because it's going to tell you everything about thrift savings, your life insurance, your health insurance, a lot of benefits that you get now as a career employee. Of course, anytime you have questions, you can call myself or Bob McSorley or the office or ask your stewards. We'll be sure to help you and kind of teach you a little bit what's going on and give you anything you need. Now, what they're going to do in Orlando, they have 18 people that are getting converted. They're going to be unencumbered employees because they don't have jobs for them right now, because there's no unencumbered full-time regulars or unassigned, the same thing as unencumbered, in the Orlando PNDC or the bid cluster. That's between the customer service with the window and in the plants. But what they're going to do is they have 5 people right now that are going to be converted. They're actually on tour 2 in the plant. And I know you hear a lot of people, what do you mean? I have 20 and 30 years, I'm on tour 1 or tour 3. I really can't get to the tour 2. Well, rest assured, within the first 28 days that they become unassigned or unencumbered, management can assign you a schedule, a set schedule and days off that you would keep for 180 days until such time as you're assigned a job or you bid a job. But we're one of the only plants to do this. We actually have them posting all these jobs. There's going to be 26 jobs posted on Saturday. They're going to be posted, so you're going to see a lot of day shift things, a lot of things out in the station, the branches. So be on the lookout for the new jobs. Not so much new, some are, but they're going to be moving around. We have a lot that have been sitting there, not really residuals, but we have people bidding out, some retirements. So be looking for that. But anyway, for the 22 people, the 5 of them, as an example, are still going to be on tour 2. They're planning on keeping the Postal Service, planning on keeping people pretty much where they were. And the ones that are on tour 2, rest assured that after the 28 days, they put up a bids. If people don't get them, then they're going to be moving the people from tour 2 to tour 1 or tour 3. So there's not going to be any newly converted full-time regulars on a day tour, at least not in the plants that we know of. Now they're going to bid around, and it could happen that they get a job on tour 2, whether it be in a plant or in customer service, but those jobs will be up there for everybody. Now in the customer service side, the agreement that they did at step 3 was that the people that are 814s or they're working the windows now are going to be continuing working in those assignments for 120 days, and then they're going to wind up bidding and getting jobs. Now, if you're in one of those jobs and you work in, like, let's just say Sand Lake as an example, and you're a window clerk, you just got converted, you can still bid. And another big thing to look at, the newly converted 18 people. At the bottom, since there's a bid going on, at the bottom of each one of your letters you're supposed to get, there's going to be language telling you, because you're going to be converted on the 22nd. But the jobs are posted from the 15th to the 24th, which means as a full-time regular, you have from the 22nd to the 24th where you can actually bid. So we have it something we worked out to where if you try to bid online that's who you're supposed to be, full-time regulars, you bid online or on the phone. But if the shared services is unable to get you into the system properly, which I don't figure that they're going to be able to do that within 2 days, the day before Christmas, not likely. But in the event that they cannot do that, you can submit this one time only for this one bid cycle, because if you're newly converted, you do not have a PIN number or anything to bid, you can submit those cards manually to your supervisors, who in turn are supposed to get it to in-plant support person Paul Widows from the Postal Service. When he gets them, he sends them to the district, and they will slot those bids accordingly. And you're not going to get the full 10 days like the regulars, but I did get you 2 days that you can at least look at them and see what you can do from there. I wanted to make sure everybody had a fair shot at all the jobs. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. In this email that you're getting that shows this link that you're watching right now, there's going to be my President's Report, and I go a little bit more into detail about that, so you can read that. And if you have any other questions about it, let us know. And I just want to say thank you for being members of our local. Have a safe Christmas, an enjoyable family. Enjoy your family, rather. And that's all I want to say. Thank you very much for being members.